Alrighty, I believe we're recording. So, AJ, Cody, how we doing, gents? You ready to rank the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise? 9 movies in this thing. Let's do this. This is 8 of the 9. I don't have the remake on here. But let's do this thing, shall we? I will let Cody go first, AJ, and then myself. So, Cody, you're number 9.
All right. My number 9, Freddy's Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. AJ?
It's the best way to describe Freddy's Dead is it's not in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's like it's a joke.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
That's
I'm on the video.
That is
I coughed.
Dead right there.
No, I was saying bullshit.
It's terrible. AJ, number 9. Number 9. Squillum, hurry it up, bud. TikTok.
Freddy's Dead. That piece of steaming pile of dog shit. Just don't forget about the power glove.
Hey, Cody, you want to hold that Freddy's Dead DVD up one more time for me?
All right.
Because that's my number 9 too. 3 for 3.
I think it's everyone's
movie.
number 9.
It's terrible. It's atrocious. It's terrible. We all know it is. It's number 9. Here's the problem for me with that movie. It's so bad that I think even my 3 or 4 that I have above it that I think are also my 3 that I have above it that I think are also bad. They look good compared to how bad that movie is.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how bad Freddy's Dead is. It's
Freddy's Dead is the joke of the entire franchise.
It's the Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell,
Halloween Resurrection,
Halloween 5, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween Ends, the Rob Zombie movies. It's most of the Hellraiser franchise. It's most of the Pumpkinhead
all of them
franchise.
for me.
It's most
Seed
of
of
the
Chucky.
Wrong Turn franchise. It's Seed of Chucky. It's atrocious. It's
Turn is not that bad.
Unwatchable. It's unwatchable. It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
I've seen it twice in my entire life.
I've sadly seen it more than that, and I want to get my eyes out every time. Every time.
Yeah, no, I've seen it twice. Yeah, and both times I sat there with a bottle of bleach, thinking, really that worth it? And then this fucker made me watch Next Generation, and I said,
and
I'm like, definitely
Next Generation too.
I went bottoms up. I had a shot glass, and I went.
Cody, have you ever seen that movie?
I didn't. It was a joke.
Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation.
Oh, God.
I've seen them all except for Leatherface, TCM3.
That one is not.
It's not bad.
I haven't seen the third one, but I've seen Leatherface. I just watched that like last year.
2017 one. No, it's not bad.
It wasn't bad. I don't get that.
It's not good, but it's not bad.
You can obviously figure out who Leatherface is. It's so obvious.
Of course.
The only ones that I liked are the original, the remake, and the prequel to the remake.
The prequel.
Yeah, we aren't a big fan of the prequel. I think we think it's fine, but I enjoy the remake.
I go original, 2, and then the remake, and that's it.
Yeah, that's probably how
I then Leatherface. Do your thing, cuz.
All right, Cody, number 8.
All right. Now these next 2 I think are pretty overrated, especially the one I have at number 8.
I know exactly what your number 8 is going to be. I know exactly what it's going to be.
I have a guess.
I know exactly what it's going to be because I know his opinion on this movie.
Yeah, this one's gone down quite a bit for me. It used to be in my top 5, but it just hasn't aged well. Nightmare 4.
Oh, no.
Remastered.
Wow.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Just it used to be in my top 5 of the franchise, but like I just think it just feels kind of dull, and I just hate the way that they killed off the Dream Warriors.
That's bullshit. I know.
They did.
Like the first half of the movie Like the first half of the movie, it just doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I agree. I mean, you come from a really good sequel, Dream Warriors,
Lord, yeah.
and then you get to Dream Master, and you're like, the fuck happened? It's Rennie Harlem just kind of forgetting where his brain cells were at the time. Like the first half of the movie, it's like normal, and you're like, what? What's going on here? Like, that's usually where I am. What's going on?
Yeah, I'll get into that movie when I rank it. So AJ, you're number 8.
This is flipped. I'm gonna have to go with Nightmare 2.
As your number 8. Wow.
This movie went
Wow.
way the fuck down for me.
I knew you didn't like it, but
No,
wow.
I don't like it. Like
Wow.
the last time I went on a Nightmare
Wow.
rewatch the franchise, I watched 2, and there's parts, like whatever. I was so bored. I utterly just was like, get on with it. Like, come on. Like, Freddy is awesome in that movie.
He's great.
Brutal, he's dark, but you're so
Great in the movie.
fucker, But just all the stuff, and it's just so, yeah. It went way down for me. I really don't like this movie.
That's
Literally,
that's crazy, man.
If I was gonna watch, we'll get to how I watch the franchise. But if I was gonna pick the 3 of the Nightmare films, like before the older ones, like from 1 to 5, I go 1, 3, 4. That's how I.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. My number 8. I don't have this movie, but the remake.
Ugh.
Besides a couple things, the micronaps, the gore when it's not CGI, Jackie Earle Haley and Katie Cassidy's performances.
Jackie Earle Haley is.
It's a shitty retread of the original. That's a much better film, and
Jackie Earle Haley had the voice right because he can definitely that's his actual voice, right? His voice.
No, it's his Rorschach voice.
So he was doing the Rorschach voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bad motherfucker. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it. I rewatched it for the first time in years, like 3 years ago.
I watched it during.
And I was like, wow, this movie's really bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's worse than I remembered it being. And then I watched it again a year and a half ago, and it's trash. It's terrible.
There were parts of the movie where I was like just staring at it just blankly, just like, fuck's going on? Like, I mean, like the whole body bag scene when we see Chris in the body bag, they tried to make it creepy, but like it's like work. It's just Katie Cassidy covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's just like I was like, okay, next. Like they filmed it at my cousin's high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I said, did you see it? He said, yeah, it's a piece of shit. And I said, attaboy.
Alrighty. Kody, number 7.
All right. These next two, my number 7, number 6, they have potential to switch around depending on my mood. But as of right now, at number 7, I have Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Now, I think this movie. I think
I thought.
I think this is a good movie.
Ooh, okay.
But and it's got a good story, but I just don't think it's a very good Freddy movie, Yeah. But because when I'm in the mood to watch a Freddy movie, I just don't really gravitate towards watching this movie that much when I want to watch a Freddy movie.
And to be fair, it's technically not really Freddy. It's a demon.
Yeah.
It's a demon, sure.
But yes, it is played by Robert Englund.
Yeah.
But this movie I've seen maybe 3 times in my entire life. And I enjoy it for what it is. It's not a great Freddy movie, but I think it's a really good written and directed by Wes Craven movie because it's like it comes from dream to reality, and then it's like shit. The reality like really fucks with you because her husband died, and then we get a really in that incredible sequel, Dylan's New Nightmare that you and I talked about, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
That was phenomenal. And did you see Dylan's New Nightmare, Cody?
Yeah, I saw it.
What'd
I
you
really
think?
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
like
liked it. Yeah.
get Dave McCray to do Freddy, I'm sold. And then Womp Stomp Studios to have the rights.
Yeah.
But overall, like Wes Craven's New Nightmare is a fun movie with only 2 kills, right?
2 or 3, yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And aren't they
It's
all
just
like
two.
copy and paste from like
Yeah. The other, yeah. I think there's 2. I think there's 2.
yeah, there's 2. It's the husband and then yeah.
Listen, I can't disagree with you. It's not the best Freddy movie, but I love it. Like AJ said, I think it's a great written and direct. It's pre-Scream.
Hmm?
It's Wes Craven getting ready to do Scream, and I think it's a really good movie overall. But I totally get it's not the best Freddy
Scream
movie.
came out in 97, right?
96. This was 94, so
Yeah.
2 years before, and this was yeah. AJ number 7.
The remake. You already know my opinions on the remake, but it's just
Yeah.
dude, like
That
even
turd.
like Jack Earl Haley has even stated he's like, the movie was shit. He had a lot of fun doing it, but he's like, yeah, Rooney Mara was just
Sleepwalking.
ugh, shit all over that fucking movie. And it's just like he's like, I would love to do a sequel. If they asked me to do it, I'd do it again, just because he's like, I like the character Freddy. And I also think he also kind of was fresh off of coming from Watchmen, because Watchmen came out in 2009 and then
This was 2010.
was
This is
2010.
a year after.
So I think he kind of like, jumped right then from Rorschach to there. So honestly, using the Rorschach voice was awesome. The jump scares
are terrible.
way too predictable.
Terrible.
The making Freddy a pedophile and not a child killer really just, I was like, what? And then the gloves just like it, to me it disregards everything that Freddy was. Like, yes, he's a pedophile, but he's a child murderer also. And this one, he's just a pedophile. And then they want you to have like this weird thing where you're not sure if he's touching kids, but then you find out he is. And it's like they make it seem like he's like this innocent guy. And I hated that.
Yeah.
And
I
like
hate it too.
I
hate it too.
I hate like every character in this, like the one guy that gets killed in the prison cell. He's just a dick the entire movie. Kyle Gallagher, he's fine.
Gallner, yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is. He looks like he's about to like
cry the entire
time.
Yeah. Yeah. He really does.
Everyone is just like, it's like, well, when you find out that it's the parents, it's like, well, no shit. Like, and they try to like make it so like, they try to like hide so much of this. It's like we all know what's gonna happen because it's copy and paste of the original.
Yeah.
I know Wes Craven hated this movie. He said it was way too rushed.
It caused him to die.
This
is probably the reason why he died. It has to be. It has to be.
One of the reasons why.
His
last movie wasn't his last movie Scream 4?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. They died in 2015. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Wes Craven. Do you think Wes Craven would be okay with Dewey dying?
I think so.
Didn't you say that he wanted all the legacy characters to live on?
Yeah, but and as much as I love Scream 4, I think that was a mistake in Scream 4. As much as I love that movie, I think it was a mistake to at least not kill off one of them in Scream 4.
I feel that Gail should have died.
She should have died in 3.
She should have died in like fucking 2.
That fucking haircut in 3. She should have died in 3.
That whole movie should have died.
My number 7 is part 4. Yeah, they pull an Alien 3. They kill off the Dream Warriors in the first 40 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. just shitting on the victory of the original of part 3. And then afterwards, it's Alice being
Alice.
and there's no story. It's boring. The effects aren't very good. This is the one with the invisible fight, right?
Yeah.
That's an embarrassment.
Isn't that the one with the one that was everything was black and white?
No, that's the video game one in part 5. Or not the video game. That's Super Freddy in part 5, I think.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, it's not good. I don't.
Freddy.
For me overall, this franchise, I would say
Hit or miss.
I'm just not a fan. I mean, really, I'm just not a fan. I like three in the main franchise, and then the crossover, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this movie is one of the reasons why I don't think it's very good. This is where the makeup really starts to look really bad for me. The kills just aren't good. The effects aren't good. There's no story. They do an Alien 3 where they shit on the victory of the last film. So yeah, bottom 3. Kody, you're number 6.
All right. At number 6, I have the remake. Now this movie, while I do like it a little bit more than you guys, it's still not a very good movie. I do think like New Nightmare is like a better like quality made movie, but the reason why I have this movie at number 6 is for like Jack Earl Haley alone. I just love watching him in this movie.
He's really good as Freddy.
He's probably the only reason why I would probably ever open the case and watch it is just because of him. Like my friend, we were watching a bunch of like horror stuff. He's like, "Can we watch this?" And I was like,
"For Jackie."
I said, okay, Jack. I was like, "Yeah." I just go. I turn around and go, Jackie, and then I run with my sword. It works.
Such a fucking nerd, AJ. You're number 6, you fucking nerd.
The Dream Child.
Dream Child?
Yeah.
Dream Child, part 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This movie is just... It's a mixed bag. It's weird. It's just Christian having almost like Freddy's kid in a way. Not kind of,
not really.
Not
yeah,
so.
No,
Yeah, but like
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then just the stuff just going back and forth. It's just like it's just kind of boring. Like nothing really happens. Like her boyfriend dies. Okay. That was the motorcycle kill was probably the only good kill in that movie because the movie got slammed by the MPAA. I think part 7 of Jason came out that year.
Yes, believe so.
Yeah, so no shit.
And so did Halloween 4, and Halloween 4 is gore.
Halloween 4 is probably the best kills out of these 3.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Especially what we got? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, breaking that dude's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't see it, but you heard it. And it's just... Dream Child is something where it's like, you know, you find out that Freddy's mom was raped by a bunch of mentally unstable people. Are you okay? What's wrong? Sorry. Just heard oh no. Sorry. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done. Building.
Number 6 for me is also Dream Child. This one would be lower. This one would probably be my number 7 because I think the effects are worse. I think that the Freddy makeup is worse. I think most everything in this movie is worse than part 4, except for the fact that this movie has a story and part 4 doesn't. I actually don't mind the story here. It's actually not too bad. I like Alice more in this movie. I think
I
she's
do
a
too.
better. I think she's a better character in this.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because another thing, I don't mean to cut you up, but another thing with Alice is that she's more like she's dealt with Freddy now. So like
Yeah.
when he comes back,
Yeah.
like he does. And wait, Freddy came back. How did he come back in this one?
well, I don't know.
Then like
I know he gets peed on by the dog in part 4.
I was just gonna say he comes back and he gets peed on in part 4. I'm trying to think, how does he? Oh,
Couldn't tell
wasn't
you.
there like a baby that like
Yeah, baby Freddy.
maybe Freddy?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was horrible
Yeah.
effects, by the way.
Yeah. You know, besides the story alone is the reason why I put this movie above part 4, but really part 4 is the better movie, but I use that term loosely. This movie is still garbage to me. The effects on Dan were cut to shit, and this in part 4, I have a hard time calling horror films.
They're
I
not
would
even
call
scary.
them supernatural humor movies. Like I'm not even funny.
I
They're
think
just
the
like
only
humor.
good scary Nightmare on Elm Street is the first one.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
mean, it's
agree
got horror to
more.
it. I mean, otherwise, like the rest of it is just horror, dark comedy.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, number 7 is part 5, simply because it had the story and part 4 doesn't. But besides that, I think it's even worse than part 4. But how that works out, I don't know. Anyway, number 5, Cody.
All right. Number 5 for me now. I had to rewatch this movie because like I wasn't sure exactly where to put it on my list. Because like it's definitely like a really like weird, controversial type of movie. And yeah, part 5, The Dream Child. Now, there's a part of me that really loves this movie because I really love like the story and the atmosphere and everything in this movie. But yeah, there's a few things that take me out of it, like the I think his name is Mark. Yeah, some of his dialogue in this movie is pretty cringe.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole Super Freddy thing could have
Ugh.
done without that. That was stupid.
As James A. Janice from Dead Meat says, and I completely agree. Super Freddy sucks.
Uh huh.
Yeah, Super Freddy sucks.
And then the whole effect of just
Oh,
like him just getting killed, and then just like I'm like, what the fuck? Because I know it tried to be a comic book, right?
yeah.
Oh, that
one
was
part is a
terrible. That
comic
was
kill.
The
didn't
director,
even look.
Stephen Hopkins, he was actually a huge comic book fan. Yeah.
That explains why he did Predator 2.
Yeah.
And that's a much better movie.
Yeah. It's not great, but yeah, it's funny
No,
as
it's
shit.
not, but it's
Funny as shit.
good old time.
Yeah. All right, AJ. Number 5.
Number 5 is Dream Master.
You like this movie, don't you?
I do.
Don't you?
I
You
do.
like Dream Master for some
I
reason.
do.
I don't know
I don't
why.
know.
But you
I
like
just
this movie.
I just
Nostalgia, I bet, right?
probably. When I first watched it, I hated it. I hated all of them except like the first one and like New Nightmare. Yes, I even hated Dream Warriors. But again, I watched them so much like when I was in like was a freshman or 8th grade, whatever. So I was young, and then I went back years like a couple years later, and I rewatched the entire franchise. And I was like, you know what? I have some different opinions. And obviously Dream Warriors, damn good movie. And then I started to like Dream Master a lot. I know it doesn't have a plot, and that's one of my issues with it. But I like parts of it. I like Kristen. I like Just
You mean
her
Alice?
Oh yeah, I like Alice.
Kristen is the one who gets killed.
Yeah.
Tuesday night plays her.
Mhm.
She's sorry to interrupt you again, but she's terrible. She's terrible as Kristen in this.
Yeah,
In
what
this
happened
movie.
to Patricia Arquette?
She wanted money, and they said we can't afford
I
you.
believe that is the same character.
It's not the same character. It's the same name,
Doesn't she
but
sing in this movie?
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I don't know. I just.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have fun with it. Yeah, is it have its issues 100%, but I like it. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
My number 5 is part 2. I think this is the best of the Bad Bunch for me. The director of this movie says that he didn't like that he didn't like the first one. He didn't think he had to follow the first one. That's a big red flag for me. And it shows in this movie. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's lore rooting for the franchise, having Freddy come out for no reason without being pulled in to the real world. I just don't like it. It's boring. It's pointless. There's a reason why they've never gone back to this storyline for a reason. Um, I just don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I think Freddy's great in it. This is maybe the darkest Freddy we've ever had in the franchise, and I think that Mark Patton is actually really good in the movie overall. But besides that, I really don't like this movie. I think the effects are good, but yeah, besides that, no, not much.
Who was the girl in the movie? Because
Oh, I don't remember the top of my head. I don't know.
anyway, um, just like she's in love with Jesse, and Jesse's like making out with her. Then he goes to his friend's house and wants to sleep over. It's like, and then the what's his name, Coach Carter.
It's what you want to do. It's what you want. If it's what you want to do with me, creepy bastard.
Sure, we'll go with that. Creepy, stupid son of a bitch. Anyway,
Number 4, Kody.
Number 4, I have Nightmare 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
I really love like you guys said, Freddy's really dark in this movie. It's one of the best versions of Freddy for sure. I just love like how it's like really dark in tone and like some really good atmosphere and dream sequences too. But yeah, the whole like it's a bit too gay.
You
Like
think? You think?
yeah,
The ball scene.
but
I
yeah,
don't mean to be mean, but come
isn't
on,
there
man.
a scene where
The ball
he's fighting with one of the guys and his pants comes down and you see his ass?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was just random.
Like what you were gonna say. Just sorry to interrupt you, Kody, but like you were gonna say when when he's at the bar and the
Lisa
coach
is her name. Her name's Lisa.
Lisa, yes, and the coach goes, go back and do some laps, and you're just like, no, be quiet. We're not going outside. Go away. And
I was like, oh,
anyway,
they didn't say that in the movie.
I'm talking to the dog. He's being loud. Anyway, sorry, Kody. Go right ahead. I had to get that out.
Sped.
but yeah,
Bad.
yeah, I definitely but even though it's definitely weird and gay, I do love the movie. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, and yeah, it's my number 4.
AJ, number 4.
New Nightmare.
Yeah, there you go.
I like New Nightmare. I just like the whole like I said, it's a really good written and directed by Wes Craven film. I love the look of Freddy. I think this is probably by far Freddy's best look and scariest look, even though we know it's not Freddy. I like the gloves. The gloves are cool. And just overall, the performance of Robert Englund is great because he's playing himself and then he's playing Freddy. So, and I just like, it's basically the actors playing themselves in a movie, and Wes Craven's in it too.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and yeah. I mean, Freddy, I think I like the trench coat. I think that's cool. Get the figure of it, don't you, Chase?
Mm-hmm.
I seen it
I
Target
do.
every now and then. I almost bought it, but I was like, eh.
My number 4 is my background. Freddy vs. Jason. Fucking love this movie. I have so much fun with it. I don't get the hate for it. It's the best Freddy since Dream Warriors. Not even close for me. It's in my top 3 Freddys of all time. It's great.
Freddy gets one kill in that movie.
I'm more of a This Guy fan, so I don't care.
Oh, I am too.
But he's great in this movie. So, number 4, Freddy vs. Jason. Number 3, Kody.
All right, number 3, I have Part 3, Dream Warriors. Great sequel. Love the movie. It has great characters, just a great story. A lot of great practical effects. Freddy is like awesome in this movie. Has like a perfect mix between evil and comic Freddy. And yeah, great sequel. Can't really say much about the movie that hasn't been said already. So
For
yeah.
sure.
There is one line where it's like, when Freddy's the worm, he's trying to eat Kristen, and then Nancy comes in the dream. He's like, "You," like that's just so. It's like
so good.
I was like, "Oh my god, here we go." Didn't Wes Craven write this movie?
He co-wrote it, yeah, with a couple different guys. With Frank Darabont. I think the director had a writing credit.
Chuck Russell.
I can look right now, actually.
Wait, Frank Darabont wrote this movie?
Yeah, he co-wrote it.
Fuck yeah.
Wes Craven, Bruce Wagner, Chuck Russell, and Frank Darabont. Well, you have physical media people. Fucking thing won't go in. That's a sex joke. Yes.
Yeah, you've never been told that before.
Won't go in. Number 3 for me, New Nightmare. It's a little. I changed it up a bit. Rewatched my number 3
you
and
skipped
my.
me completely.
Huh?
You skipped me.
Oh well. Anyway, you go. Number 3. I don't care. Fuck you. I don't care. Go.
My number 3 is Freddy vs. Jason.
Fuck you then. Go. Continue on.
I love this movie. This movie is just awesome. Jason has just the best kills. I don't like the look of Jason though. I don't like burnt head Frankenstein boots looking Jason. He looks like a freaking homeless man. But Jason overall is badass. I think the fight with Freddy is brutal. Hey, asshole, up here. Jason's like, what? And then when he gets like all like the fucking spears in him, and he's just looking, he's just like, oh, another day at the office. It's just good. Jason's just got the best kills. When he killed fucking Kelly Rowland, whatever the fuck her name is, I was so happy. She's one of the annoying parts about that movie.
Yeah, she can be a little annoying at times. I agree, for sure. So yeah, my number 3, New Nightmare. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's not the best Freddy movie, but I think it's a great written film, directed film. And yeah, number 3. Number 2, Kody.
All right. Number 2, got the original. I love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorite horror movies. Freddy is like perfect in this movie. He's like very dark and scary in this movie.
Watch this.
The atmosphere.
Cuts the fingers off. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
the telephone with the tongue.
Yeah.
Nasty. Love it.
So much great stuff in that movie. It's my number 2.
My
AJ.
number 2 is the same as yours, Cody. The original. I absolutely love the original.
We're 3 for 3, by the way.
It is one of my absolute favorite horror films. This movie is fun. It is evenly paced. It is suspenseful, and it is just a young Johnny Depp, which is crazy. The gore is it's just awesome. All the deaths are just good. They're good and they're fun.
Yeah.
And you can totally tell Robert Englund's having a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything is just awesome.
Like I said, we're 3 for 3. I love this movie. Totally agree with what you both said. One of the best horror films of all time. One of the greatest slasher films of all time. It's an absolute masterpiece. It's so good.
It's easily like one of Wes Craven's best films. It's like my number 2 of his Wes Craven's
it's
films.
top 3 for me, if not top 2.
Yeah,
for sure. Number 1, Kody. And I'm surprised by this. I shouldn't be, but I am surprised by this pick.
I kind of expected it, in a way.
I kind of did too, but I wasn't sure. But anyway, continue, good sir.
Number 1, Freddy vs. Jason.
Love it.
Movie.
I love it. I love it. I love that this is your number 1 Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I love it. I love it so much.
I do too.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So funny.
And the thing is that Friday 13th is my favorite horror franchise, but Nightmare on Elm Street's actually my second favorite horror franchise. So
okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
And so the blend together kind of get you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my on the video we did. I put Freddy vs. Jason in my top 3.
Yeah, well, it was your 3, right?
I was literally just watching that video today that you guys did.
Yeah.
I just started it, so I was watching it, and I was looking at both your lists, and I was like, Chase, I know your list.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck that.
You know my list.
I looked at your list, Cody, and I was
it was
like,
your number 3. Yeah.
I was like, you got a good list, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's badass. I love that that's your number 1. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Number 1, AJ.
My number 1 is Dream Warriors. After all these years, it pushed Nightmare, the original. I just love everything about this fucking movie. It's just you have characters you care about. You have characters that, like, when they die, you're like, oh shit. Like, you have a really dark comedic Freddy that's not overdone. You know, like, you got the "wanna get high" kind of line. "Welcome to primetime, bitch" is like my favorite fucking kill in that movie. Nancy dying, I mean, balls to the walls right there. You know what? I like it. I like it when movies just go full out. I like it when
this movie goes full out.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I like that they go just like they get rid of everything that number 2 was, because number 2 is just
they've never gone back to it for a reason.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God Wes Craven was one of the writers, and Frank Darabont and Chuck Russell. Chuck Russell, I actually think, besides Wes Craven, is probably the only other good director that knew what he was doing with Freddy.
Except for Ronnie Yu, but yeah.
Well, besides Ronnie
the
Yu.
franchise, I'm
talking about, like, not. Yeah, you know what I mean. In the franchise, Ronnie Yu's for sure. But like Chuck Russell, the only other Chuck Russell film I saw was Scorpion King, which I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. I like it. It's guilty pleasure.
It's so bad, but yeah, it's really
guilty
fun.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love this movie. John Saxon, I've seen him again. Just finding out about Freddy's mom. Yeah, that's all I got. You're up.
We tie. This is one of my favorites.
I knew your list was. Well, you did not discuss this before.
Oh yeah.
I knew what your number 1 was.
Yeah. No, this is one of the greatest horror films of all time. Along with the first one, but it just, like you said, AJ, it just elevates it, goes all out. Just, It's so good. I grew up on hard rock and heavy metal and hair metal. Dokken has always been one of my favorites. As much as I love the songs in Jason Lives, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, I might like Dream Warriors more than those 3 songs in Jason Lives. Dream Warriors is just so kick-ass. Dream Warrior. I love that song so much. It is so good. This movie is so good. This is just, this is the last time that the
good.
franchise clicked for a while.
It has some really scary moments.
It does, and it's really creative. And it's
the
fucked
marionette
up.
thing.
Oh, it's the
Whoa! Like I was just
I
sat there when I was watching it for the first time.
So good,
and I was like, "Oh my god,
that's so good." Yeah, this is this and the first one for me, and New Nightmare and Freddy vs. Jason are masterpieces.
I just wish there was a Freddy vs. Jason 2, but we know we won't ever get that.
Sadly.
They gave us an ending.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken, let me ask you guys this. Who won in the fight, Freddy or Jason? Obvious answer.
Jason.
Thank you. To all the people that say Freddy, who walked out holding Freddy's head? Your boy Jason. He did.
Who didn't have who didn't have
Who
a
had
head?
one kill? Who got his ass beat? Yeah, Jason got his ass beat, but who got his arm torn off? Who got his head decapitated? Jason killed Freddy. I call him Jason.
Jason
Killed Freddy. Jason.
One thing that people don't talk about is that even if Freddy didn't get his head chopped off, he was still slowly dying after he got his glove shoved through his
arm
heart.
pulled off.
Through his chest, yeah.
Well, and here's the thing:
I love that kill, by the way. Poof.
Oh, here's another thing. They always say you can't hurt Freddy in the dream world, but when you pull him out, as what he says, it's a bitch because it hurts and it kills him.
He's a normal person.
He was
in
dying
the dream.
anyway. Jason's already dead.
He is a normal person in the dream world, or in the real world.
One little nitpick I do have: Jason being afraid of water.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that wasn't.
I understand, but that was dumb. Freddy's afraid of fire. I get that, but Jason being afraid of water, he swims in water. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, we talked about that in our video. That wasn't Swift and shit, and that was a studio writer coming in and putting that in there.
And speaking of Dokken, we need to do that discography sometime too.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Kody. Thank you. Bless you, good sir. Bless you. You're a man of heavy metal, and I love it. AJ, when are you going to get into heavy metal so we can talk heavy metal?
I don't know.
Grow up, kid. Stop listening to stuff from the 50s. Even though I like stuff from the 50s too.
Oh, jeez, Domino's called me.
They
just called me right now, so I'm done.
Kody, have you seen that video that we did the other night that I posted?
I started watching it. I gotta watch it with sound.
Yeah, I still gotta watch that video. And I still need to watch our Friday 13th ranking that we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I finished the Dio one.
So. Oh, okay. Yeah, watch the video that we did the other night, me and AJ, and then watch the Friday the 13th video. This motherfucker up here. First 10 seconds of that video is gold.
He looks like 13th
video. No. The video that you and I you're just eating your pizza for like 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
You look so miserable. Buddy.
You just shush me? Okay.
All right, gents. That was fun. Both of you, if you would, send me your list. I'll put it in the description when I upload the video. Gents, this was fun. I'm glad that we have different opinions on some and same opinions on others, as always. This was fun. AJ, thanks for joining us on this one, and he'll be joining us for the Halloween ranking. Also,
are we doing the Child's Play ones too?
we could do Child's Play at some
Yeah, we
point.
can
Yeah,
do that.
for sure.
I'd be down to do that. I have lots to talk about that.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. I think we should do the show too. I think we should incorporate the show, the 2 seasons of the show in the ranking also, because
Yeah, I saw the first season. I still got to see season 2 though.
Season 2 is terrible.
Don't do it.
Don't watch it.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
do it. So maybe
season 3, I'm a little bit excited for, just because it's going to be a little something different. But
maybe because he hadn't seen season 2, we won't do this shows. Maybe we will just do the movies. But
we can talk about season 1.
We can talk about the show before or after we get into the ranking for sure.
We can talk about some of the funny dialogue that he's had in number 1.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Peace out.
That was fun.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later. Halloween next, and then
when is it?
We can do it sometime this week, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll get us in a thread on Messenger, and we can kind of line up schedules and stuff. So
sounds good.
all right, boys.
All right, peace.
Peace.